Oh, I'll record it. Let's see what happens. I may share it, I may not. All right, so here is the one you're talking about here. It's 6.2 in chapter 9. So that's what we're going to take a look for. And I think here, let me change this so anybody reading it would.
So you didn't want us to read the numbers in a string?
You can read them in, you don't have to.
Okay.
I mean, you can do it any way you think is the best way to solve the problem. I don't always agree. Let's see, always allows user to input a maximum of a, let's make it 6-digit. It don't matter. If you guys had it already done, don't worry about that. I don't even know that I'll limit it. The problem is if you don't limit it, you could run into problems. All right, so we fixed that. So now we're gonna go over here. What was your question again? Darn it. Oh, bringing them in as a string? What do I care? And like I said, you can pick those babies off as chars and convert them right away and just add them up.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, because you were talking about converting them to chars. And so
yeah,
I never went through that step because I just brought it in as an integer to begin with.
So this is what I mean, I'm going to build this thing from the beginning since it is a chapter on modules. Okay. Or methods, I'm sorry, I keep saying, modules, methods, functions. It just depends on what book you're talking about. So I'm going to say some digits here.
So would you mind if I kind of just leave you guys talking in the background while I work on C++?
Dude, you can, like I said, if you're done, and this is like just an addition to what I did the other day. So you work on C++ if you want.
Alrighty, thank you.
Your education. So we're going to have this, we're going to do it as the Acme digit adder. That's a crazy name, Doug. This is some digits. JAVA. Today is, we're moving along, 24 March. Easter is early this year. All right, I program to accept number user, add, not add, how about it, then sum its digits. Simple as that. Might not be too easy, but it should be pretty decent. Now watch, I won't be able to program it. Okay. We do know that we're going to get input from the user, so we need to import our scanner. You guys can talk if you want ever. Doug, what about this? Hey, what do you know? Didn't lock up because I waited. And move this down. I do this even when you guys aren't around. I hope you know that. I don't do this just for your, whenever I'm programming anything, I do this. In this language anyway. La-dee-doo-doo-doo. Cold out there today. All right. So as usual, I'm going to start out with our little, I'm going to put my scanner up here again. So the scope is large enough. So it'll be a private, see if I can get this the first time, static, final, or is it final static, final scanner, user con, scanner, voila. So again, that gives it a scope from here to here versus from here to here. Big difference. So now I have that. We come in here and do our again. And again, again, you don't have to use again. Don't use continue because that's a key word. That's the only one I can tell you not to do. I kind of like this design. So make that that. Got my infamous do here. Come down to the bottom. While, again, is not equal to Q, the character Q, I should say. Ta-da! So that would actually even run right now. And we can go ahead and put our switch in. I believe, let's see here, what do I want to put? Let's go here. Tab, switch, and I'm going to switch on again. And it'll be case. And do you have to use run and all? No, you can make up, I mean, it should make sense. I kind of use the run test and don't forget your break, or it'll just run through all of them. Again, the reason I do this is because then I know that my loop, my outer loop anyway, runs well. What do I got there? Semicolon. So once I have this all stubbed in, I know it's good. My program, that I'll meet that convention that says our programs in this class, at least, will run at least a minimum of one time, or can run more than one time, I should say, and will run at least one time because it's a post-test loop. Extra line feed in there. my Q for quitting. And then I have what's called the default. In other words, if none of the others are picked, what is it supposed to do? Surround this in a spaced out. So then I got that. Okay. So we have our outer loop here. Then we have our switch here. And each one of these has their own little, so everything looks kosher. And of course we have our outer class. It goes all the way down to there. All right, and we should be able to run this now, and it should come up that Q has been chosen. There you go. Oh, what did I do here? Let's see. Did something wrong. Q. Oh, forgot my break. See that? I forgot a break here. And I forgot my break here. So it just ran right down to the end here. It still quit, but it ran down to the end. So again, that's the benefit of breaking stuff down. You can fix the mistakes right away. There you go. Now it says thank you for using. And that's what we're looking for. Okay, so now you want to put, again, should be assign the value of show menu. Here. So let's be outside the main. Am I outside the main? Yep. Outside the main. I don't want to be in the main. It's a void. No, it isn't. It is a char. Char going here. So it'll be private static char. Excuse me. And now system. Adder. Copy this, the number of Oops, C. There we go. And then parentheses. Back down here. T. Slash in on that. Okay. Should be something like so we get to there, and now we should be able to run our program. See what happens. Okay, so if I type an R in, it says run is here. If I type a T, it says test is here. If I type a J, it says only R, T, and Q are valid inputs at this time. If I type a Q, the program ends and says thank you. So that looks pretty good. And then that brings me right back up to here. And I'm going to come outside the loop. Or let's see, where do I want to be? If I go there, and then if I do that, let's go in here. We're going to go right in here above our again. And I'm going to make a variable that is a, what do I want it to be here? I think an integer. And we'll just call it user num. And we'll make it a, let's make it a -1. Okay. And I'm going to remove this, or I'll go above it because I want to print stuff out as I go. And I'm going to say user num will be equal to set number. Drop down here. And this will be an integer. Set number. Private. And set number. Well, let's get the basic part first. So we're going to say system.out.print to 6 digits in length. Okay. And then we'll have while this user con dot has next say system dot out. That here, copy that, drop down here, change this to re-enter. Something like that. That. And then here we'll have like that. Now the problem is that we said that they should have a 6-digit number. Okay, so now we're going to need a do loop. Okay. There's a couple ways to do this. I'm going to do it by not converting anything to a different data type. I could convert it and check using length if it was a string, but that's a lot of work. What if I did this? Do while number is less than 0. So that would be less than 0, could be false. Okay, or number is greater than 999999. That would be the highest 6-digit number, I believe, that they could put in. And I got to move the definition and number. Where did I have that? This definition has to be outside my loop. So we're going to move that over, come outside the do loop. Here and turn. And let's see if that in fact works. Okay, so if I run it now, say run, and I put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It says run is here. So that worked. Let's go ahead and quit, and then we'll print out our number. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 digits, okay, comes back, and I do 4, 5, 6. It does that. If I do run, and I type in -1, it won't take that. How about if I do 0? It takes that. So that's good. Let's run it again. And I put in 1.5. Says that's not valid. Put in the number 222, and that's fine. So it looks like we've met the criteria of getting the number. Okay. Anybody need back down here? No questions? Everybody's up and running?
All good on my end.
Same.
No questions here.
All right. Okay, so now that we've got that, let's do about user num was declared up here. Let's go here and do an int sum. Yeah, let's use total. So equal to -1. Okay. So then I'm going to come down here. Total. It's assign the value. This. No, let's see. Just set total. And this time we have to send down the user number in an argument. So this is like the process. So we had an input. Now we're doing the process, and then we're going to do an output. Like so, IPO. Just remember that IPO is a common term that we use. Set total, right? In computer science. Sometimes it's IPOS for input, process, output, storage, depending on what you're talking about. So some let's see if I'm going to be able to do that. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to do something right here because this will work better. So we're going to shoot over here to a new tab. And I'm going to search for Java convert integer to a string. Notice I do this quite a bit. I can't remember anything anymore. So here it is, string value of. Okay. Oh, give me a break. Nobody I know. Okay, so if we do that, that's is equal. So now let's go here and we'll do string is equal to string dot value of. That's right, actually, value of sum. No, it's going to be value of number. Is it value of? I'm going to check because it could be getting the ASCII character of it. It's 10. Oh, okay, that's what I want. All right, so that, and then we should be able to do 4. Count is equal to 0. Count is less than the length, or number dot length, and then plus. Now we want sum to be equal to the current sum. So that could be a plus equal, but let me just get this plus string num char at count. I think that'll automatically convert that. Oh, it takes it. What we could do, this might be cool if we put we'll leave it simple for now. That, and then we should be able to come down here and sum, right? I'd be amazed if my math is right here and my logic. Okay, so let's go back up to the top now. And we put in our number, and then we'll plus this, and we'll do that, and then we'll plus this, and then and let's see if this works. Again, you should plan this out better than just doing it in your head as we go here. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 9. That ain't right. 1, 4, 9. What's it doing? I think it's getting the ASCII characters. Is that right? I believe so. Okay, so there's an error because 1, 2, and 3 should only equal 6, not 149. All right, so we need to go back to our buddy over here. And see what's going on here. Okay, that ain't what I want. Into string format. No. No, no, no.
If it is taking the characters, you can make it sum minus 48, and it should be more accurate.
Yeah, I could do that, but there is also string I, I don't know what. Yeah, could I just do that? Equals 5 plus. I wonder if it'll allow me to do that. Let's try this little trick. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing I'm doing here. All right, so this char at some. Okay, so I guess that's a logical solution there. Let's go here, put that. Let's try it. One light of a full deck. Why is that? Didn't add the 1. Do. Start to 0. Oh, because I subtracted, this has to be set at 0. Okay. So that means I also need to double line or whole number here. And let's go make that a 0. And then here, if it's less than 0, okay. How about less than 1? Enter a whole number up to 6 digits. That'll be okay. I think that'll. Okay, so now if I do that, so I run it, 1, 2, 3, and I get 6. Okay, I run it. And I do 1, 2, 4, 5, and I get 12. So that works. Okay, if I run it, oops. If I run it and I type 0, it doesn't like that. Okay, so if I go to 0 there, let's try that real quick. So quit. I just want to see something if I need to actually do this. If it's less than 0, and then this at 0, see if it screws up the other part. So if I run R here, if I type a 0, then 0 runs fine. Okay. So go back and change this back here on not down at the bottom here, but right here. Make that what did I have here? If it's less than 0, I had a -1 up here, so I don't think that matters now. It's less than 0. Yeah, just leave it like that. Change this to 0, change this to 0, and it should work fine. Okay. I love this stuff. All right, we're back here. And then we're going to have a void. So it'll be display results. And we'll send down the number. And we'll send down the total. And then we'll get rid of this line here because we don't need it anymore. So it's called display results. Sum. Yeah, let's make it like this. I think that will work. Let's run it. So R and 1, 2, 4, 5. We get some results. The sum of the digits in the number 24 is 12. I like that. I don't like how it's kicked over, so I'm going to take that tab out. And then up here, I need 1, 2, 3. Yes, I need 2 here, 1 there, probably. Spaces. So I need 1 here, 2 here. Okay. Then down here, I don't like the tab, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to run it again and see how nice it looks. Hopefully. Okay, this is all lined up now on the edge. Do the R. And I'll do 9999999. So that should be 9 times 6, should be 54, I think. And it is. And I like that. The way it looks, I think is pretty good. And then you can recheck the Type an A, nope, can't do that. I type a -1, nope, can't do that. If I type 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, can't do that. Type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boom, it works. Okay, so that only leaves us the testing, and it should be pretty easy. Just go up here to test. Get rid of the, oops, I don't want to get rid of all that. I just want to get rid of this in here. So here we'll come. And then we can just say user num is equal to test num. Let's go here, copy these two lines. And we should be able to run it in the test mode now. If I put in a T, and it says testing mode digit used is 987. The sum of the digits of 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Let's use 9 is 18. I'm sorry. 9 and 8 is 17, is 24, is 30, is 39. So that's right. I don't like that this is right up on top of here. So I am going to put a, in front of testing mode, I'm going to put a /n right here to add an extra one. And I think that looks pretty good. Anybody need me anywhere, or are you all with me?
Everything looks great for me. I just have one question, which would be line
Oh.
102 with the logic.
Line one.
Why are we subtracting 48? Where did that number come from? That's I'm just trying to figure out.
Oh, it's the ASCII numbers are 48 higher than what their actual values are.
Gotcha. Is that in the book? Is that something we're
It's
supposed
just
to
something
know?
we know.
I gotcha. That's why I was really confused. I was just like, oh, 48, what? And then it just worked.
What
Okay.
it does is it prevents us from putting another function in there.
Gotcha.
You know,
Okay. was just
so
curious.
it's just an easy way. So you can remember that the actual number, the value of the number is 48 less than what its ASCII character is.
Gotcha.
So
All right.
like when you saw us run it the first time, we got some number up in the hundreds, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's because it was adding its ASCII value together, not its numeric value together.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I originally thought it was like upper and lowercase alphabetical, and then I found out no, it's just a bunch of random ASCIIs
Mhm.
before you get to the numbers. And then
Gotcha.
after the numbers, then you go to alphabet. So
Right.
Makes a lot of sense. That's my only question. Appreciate the
Here
answer.
we can even, we'll put that in there. So, so all right. Since nobody's saying anything, I'm gonna stop sharing.
I do have a question, but it's not about the program not working. Would it have been easier if we just used a string from the beginning instead of an int?
You could have.
Okay. Because that's probably what I
What
would have
I
done.
like, no, well, here's the question though. Would you have rather done that? Okay. Or if you bring it in as a string, then you have to check you have to have a loop that goes through and make sure they didn't type like 1, 2, 3A.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'd have to, I mean, it's as much work because now you got to check whether or not the whole number they typed in has digits and no letters. Because if it has any letters, when you go to do it, it's going to crash.
Ah.
Ah,
No, it makes sense. I didn't know what else to say
that's
after
what
that.
I'm saying. No, I'm just, so that's the question there. If you don't bring, it's like when we did, which one did we do? The credit card, okay? So if you don't bring it in as a long and check to see that it's numeric, okay? So if you don't use the has next long for it, you bring it in as a string, okay, that's fine. But realize that that string doesn't necessarily have digits. If they mistyped something and put a letter in that credit card number, when you go to process it to add it up, it's going to crash because you can't add A to a sum or that. That's my scenario. Or maybe it's not the credit card, maybe it was the ISBN. What, you get my point, that either way, you need to validate that they put in a number and not a combination of numbers, letters, or symbols or whatever. Okay? Or you'd run into the trouble. So I guess that's it for today. I gave you about 3 hours of lecture this week. So this will be 1 hour of lab, or 50 minutes of lab, not even that. About 47 minutes now of lab time this week. So if there's no questions, you're free to go. Have a great weekend. I will be online tomorrow a couple times. And then, of course, email is the other way you can communicate with me if you're having troubles.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys. Hope you enjoyed
Thanks again
it.
for your time.
Thank
Have a
you.
good weekend.
See you
Thank you.
Monday.
See you, buddy. Bye.
I was having See you some later. technical issues with my sound, so I was able to keep up with the program. Luckily,
Okay.
like at the end, I was like, I just like really quickly typed everything that I could, like that I like I knew how to do the menu and stuff. So
So you're good.
so I did keep up, but my question is, since we did the sum of digits today, is that other one due for homework?
Which other one?
The temp converter.
Well, yeah, that's your homework.
Okay, I was just checking because it said that one was the instructor one, so I missed that whole part.
No,
where
that
we
just
discussed-
means I took the old one and altered it. That's all it means.
Okay, yeah, so I
So you still got to do that one.
no problem. I missed. I
And if
got a
you
little
missed
bit of the
anything-
discussion, but
You should. I'm going to post the video. So
well, I already submitted the sum of digits program because
Oh.
I was able to keep up enough, like just by like I had no sound for like probably 45 minutes of that lecture. So the last 15 minutes I was able to just
I hope it wasn't me.
No, it was me because my husband decided he was gonna put new parts in my computer. 'Cause he had
Both
computer
husbands.
parts that were like nicer than mine. He put them in my computer, and then when he plugged things back in, he didn't plug them in correctly because the parts are different. And so I had to figure out how to plug it in so that way it would work. It was completely me just having to mess with my computer for 45 minutes.
All right.
I have sound
Yeah.
now, so it's good.
There you go. All right. Have a great
But-
weekend.
Thank you. Have a good
All
weekend.
right. Bye-bye. Back, you good, man? I'm assuming you're taking lab time and working outside. Adam, you need anything? All right.